congratulations on an absolutely massive win.
Let's go!
What was that like in there, from the entrance to the celebration after? Just talk me through that.
That was gangster. Yeah, that was sick, lad. I said what was going to happen, lad, and it happened. I looked a bit shit at the start, like, but, you know, I'm never in a boring fight, am I?
Is there some sense of massive achievement? Obviously, you yourself know exactly what you're capable of, and you say first round finish, and that's what happens.
That's what happened, lad. I don't talk shit. First round finish, lad, and I got it. As soon as I'd done that little J-throw through the judo throw and put him on his back, I was like, yeah, it's over now. I was thinking of flying triangle him, lad, but he kept holding my hand. Imagine how much it would have went off if I got that.
We had a chat a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about, you know, the amount of stress that's been in your life outside of the cage. Like, not a lot of people know that, and you've dealt with it brilliantly, and you've been doing some amazing stuff for great causes. Is it emotional now as well, having dealt with everything that you've dealt with outside of the cage?
No, because I was put on this earth to do this, lad. Entertain people and beat people up. It's what I do. It's what I've done for years, lad. Been doing it since I was 15. Like, I started fighting when I was 16, training when I was 15, so lad, I've said it before. I reckon in a past life, lad, I was a gladiator in the Colosseum because I was just meant to do this.
And having Molly do what she did right before you... Like,
did you see that, by the way?
Unbelievable.
Molly sent that bird into the shadow realm, mate. That was heavy. Like, Molly sent that bird into the shadow realm. I was a bit concerned at first when she done it because I was thinking, whoa, is she okay?
Paddy, over here, mate. Over here, mate. Back this way.
Oh, where? Oh,
yeah,
Paddy.
Hello, mate. First of all, congratulations, mate.
Nice one, fella.
3 things I'll ask you. How does it feel to, 1, shut the haters up, 2, win in the UK, and 3, alongside Molly?
Lad, the funny thing is that the haters are going to hate still, lad. Oh, you couldn't even take him down. You got hit with a big punch. Your defence is shit. But who won? You know what I mean? Who won, lad? It was me in the first round. Being on the same card as Molly's always brilliant. We feed off each other's energy. Watching her win in the back, lad, and me going bananas in the back just spurred me on even more to go out there and get the first round finish like I said I was going to. And then the atmosphere when I walked out, the atmosphere when I won, that's special.
I'll tell you what, one thing Molly said when she come in, says you've got literally 5 minutes. As soon as Paddy comes out, you can all piss off, basically. Do you know what I mean?
That's it, lad. Family business.
That's it, mate. Last one, mate, just congratulations, mate, on your win, and I'm sure we're going to see you again very soon.
Lad, I hope so. I hope so.
Liverpool's taking over, man.
Paddy, just here to your right. We saw on the screen there your reaction to Molly winning. Just can you talk about, you know, because we could only see it, we couldn't hear you, so what did you think?
Me and Adam went bananas, lad. One of them used to fight as well, Adam Venti, one of our coaches. And you saw the reactions in the corner with Paul, Ellis and Joe, and lad, it was special, you know what I mean? I still can't get over how heavy that knockout was. That's like a knockout of the year contender. I've never seen a woman go to sleep like that. That was scary.
And you promised us, you know, the best walkout. It lived up to our expectations. Did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, that was heavy. That was proper heavy, lad. Just imagine that in Anfield.
And speaking of heavy knockouts, I don't know if you saw Ilya Topuria, or hand sanitizer boy, as you call him. He had a heavy knockout against Jai Herbert, and then he called you a blonde bitch and wanted the fight. Just what did you see the win? And if so, what were your thoughts?
I did. Give him his due, lad. It was a good knockout. It was a very good knockout, especially after taking that head kick in the first round. But if I hit him with that head kick, lad, I finish him. But as I say, he's just hand sanitizer boy to me. A lion doesn't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. You can...
Paddy, just at the back, just going off of that, when we spoke to Ilya, he said that he didn't think you had the balls to fight him. Is that a fight that you want, though?
Everyone wants to fight me. Everyone wants to hang on my coattails. Know what I mean? No one knew who Ilya Topuria was. Well, no one knew hand sanitizer boy was until he tried to start an altercation with me. No one knew who he was. I'm the draw. Everyone wants to fight me.
And then after your win, when you ran out to the cage, we saw you go up to Dana White. You looked like you whispered something in his ear. What did you say? That's
another 50 grand for me, innit, bro? And I'm never in a boring fight. That's what I said to him, because I'm not. Got it with a big shot, and it was a sloppy takedown attempt from me, to be honest. quite disappointed in my performance, but I got the first round finish, and that is all that matters.
Thanks, congrats.
Paddy, this has probably been one of the most exciting fight nights I've ever seen, and the biggest cheer of the night was for you. Do you think you're ready to main event whatever card you're on next?
I could have main evented this one. I could have. I was the people's main event. But I'm not in no rush, lad. If the UFC don't want to put me in a main event yet, they don't have to. But I think you saw from the build-up and all the stuff, the adverts and that, I think they know who the next star is. Simple as.
And this is probably a stupid question because I can see the pizza in front of you, but do you ever miss the six-pack when you blow up between fights?
I'd rather be fat and happy than ripped. And like these people who are ripped all year round aren't happy. I'm not arsed. I don't care what they say. This six-pack's sound. I look great, but I'd rather be fat and happy, lad.
Cheers, man.
Paddy, just here to your left. Talk to us, just here, mate.
Yeah, man.
Just talk to us about UFC Liverpool. You wanted to go to Liverpool. What would that mean for the city of Liverpool to have you, Molly, and maybe even Darren Till on that fight as well?
Be heavy. Like, one word to describe it, proper heavy. UFC Anfield would be special. You've never seen nothing like it before or again. Them shows in Australia where they have like 60,000 people, Anfield would blow them out the water.
And just talk to us about your career as well. Obviously, it's a big statement tonight. What can we expect from Paddy the Baddy in the future?
Expect me to take over the show, lad. I told you this.
The Paddy Show.
It is, lad, the Baddy Show. Storm Baddy arrived and swept the O2 right up.
Yeah, that's it for me. Congratulations tonight, mate.
Paddy right here. Congratulations on the win. I'm just curious, there's obviously the haters. There's also expectations now, comparisons to Conor, and the UFC was calling you the fifth Beatle on social media today. How do you kind of temper your own expectations and kind of stay grounded?
Because I'm from Liverpool, lad. We're not Tories. We don't get ahead of ourselves, know what I mean? My city keeps me grounded. I hope I do end up earning as much money as Conor McGregor, lad. Then no child in my city will ever eat from a food bank ever again. You know what I mean? I'm going to give back to my city, and something I've been planning on doing the past few months is to start my own charity, and I think after this fight I'm going to get it done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know maybe it's too early to ask these questions, but with the whole Conor McGregor thing and stuff like that, would you be interested in that fight knowing that he's coming back?
Lad, who wouldn't be interested in that fight, lad? You know what I mean? Anyone on this roster got offered to fight Conor McGregor, they're saying, yeah, you're getting pure dough in pay-per-view points. Get that cash money in, yo.
Paddy, I just wondered if you had a message for baby Lee.
I hope he had the time of his life. You know what I mean? It was funny, his dad texted me today saying we're in the O2 just getting food. Now there's people coming up to us like we're celebrities. People are coming up to him. I hope he had the time of his life tonight, and I just want to do everything I can for Lee and his family. Lee and his mum and his dad, and they're just unbelievable people, so strong. As I said on my Instagram yesterday, that little man is the biggest warrior I've ever met in my life. We might all be fighters, but he's fighting for his life every single day, and he inspires me and motivates me to be a better person, never mind a better fighter. The opportunities I've got in front of me and the fact that he's fighting for his life every day. He's been told about 4 different times now he won't last the end of the week, he won't last the end of the month, and he's still here battling, and like what their family goes through. I just want to do everything in my power that I can to help them out.
Paddy, over here at the back. Velvet blazer. What's happening, lad?
What's happening, lad? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Congratulations.
By the way, lad, that pizza's proper snide. Where's that from? Pizza Express or something? That's fucking snide, that.
Firstly, congratulations on your performance today. There seems to have been a really special vibe throughout the whole fight week. I wanted to know what's been your favourite moment this fight week. Apart from your finish, obviously.
Everything, lad. I live for this. I've had cameras following me around all week, lad. It's mad, because as I say, I'm not the main event or the co-main event, but there's a camera following me around 24/7, not the co-main event and the main event. Like, without being a big-headed tool, I am the star of the show. It's that simple.
Would you take a top 15 fight next, or do you want a few more in the top 15?
No, lad, I wouldn't take a top 15 fight. I'll be honest, lad, I wouldn't. Add some more zeros to my contract and then I will. Like, I think I proved tonight that I deserve a new contract, not this little standard one.
And just finally, I hope you enjoy your German doner kebab later.
Oh, lad, it best be open by the time I get out of here. I think it shuts at 11. I'm going to be fuming with all yous if I don't get this scoff. What time's it? Oh, fuck off, lad. You've just ruined me night. Yes, Robbie. Lad, this pizza's like a 2.8. I just swear it's proper snidlach. I've snarled. I can't wait to get back over to New York and do a proper pizza review with Dave, because this is proper pony. Barstool Sports, man. Best company in the world. Fucking love them.
Paddy, over here. Obviously, seeing how well, congratulations obviously on the win first, but seeing how well Liverpool football team are doing as well, has that spurred you on during camp as well in Marstov? And are they going to win the league?
Oh, we're going to win everything. We're going to win the quadruple this year. It's going to be heavy. It was sick before. It was in the back and I had a message off Harvey Elliott saying good luck. Yes, lad. You know that fella. Thank you. And I've got my flight booked to Benfica, lad. I can't wait. The mighty Reds are taking over in Europe, taking over the league, just like I'm taking over the UFC. It's special times ahead.
Love that. Congratulations on the win, mate.
Thank you very much.
Paddy, just quickly, one more. How do you and Molly get on with the banter with Liverpool and Everton?
I feel our last, because obviously Everton are proper shit. And Liverpool are like one of the best teams in the world. So some mornings she'll come in after the weekend and I just won't mention nothing to her because I know her head's gone because Everton is snide. And like we've just slapped Leeds 6-0 or something like that, and I've been in the game, and she's been in the game, and they've been beat 1-0, and she's waterloading. Oh, lad, I swear. I just don't mention it no more. When he was half decent, you could wind it up. Oh, yeah, now it's just, you can't go there. Just got to leave it to it, lad. That was, yeah. That's how hungry I was. People have just ate that proper shit pizza. You know what I mean?
Arnold, that fight was absolute chaos from start to finish, just over here. There was even a moment where you kind of dropped to your knees for a second and launched right back and put Hooker on the rope, so to speak. Just talk me through the chaos of that, and obviously a game plan kind of goes out the window in a scenario like that, or correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that was not Faraz's game plan. I think I stuck to it about 30 seconds, and then I didn't stick to it. And I think Bisbin was eating a chip butty between rounds, and there was a bit of butter on the canvas. And I just slipped on it, so I just had to start pressure. And I thought, you know what, Mike's trying to stitch me up here. He doesn't want another British champ. And, you know, but we got through it. We figured it out.
Was it a case of the crowd spurring you on as soon as you had a sniff of an opportunity there, or was it? Did you know that as soon as there was an opportunity to finish that you would have took it with both hands? Because the speed in which you reacted to him dropping the guard and showing that he was hurt was unbelievable.
No, like, not in a bad way, but I didn't really notice the crowd. Like, I get like a tunnel vision where I'm just, you know, I'm looking at my man and seeing what he's doing. And yeah, I don't really usually react in emotion, but I saw the opportunity, so I took it.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, bud.
Arnold, how you doing, mate? Okay. First of all, congratulations on your win. But I'd like to say, your last 4 fights, you know, you've had some solid, grueling, like, you know, to decision sort of fights. How does it feel to come in the UK now and get a finish like that in front of all these people?
Yeah, it's huge. To be honest, like, I know I'm a finisher. I know, well, I'm a decision guy, really, but I'm pretending now. But I've got the power in my hands. Like, all my coaches tell me I hit hard. You know, I put people down with body shots to sparring. Like, you know, it just doesn't come out in the fight. I think the kind of style of opponents I've fought haven't allowed me to fight that way. You know, I nearly had it in the last fight, but then I broke my baby hands, and yeah, yeah, that didn't happen.
No disrespect to any of your previous opponents, but Dan Hooker maybe with the toughest test, and it shows that you've obviously gone away and changed something. And I mean, you finished one of the best guys in the division straight away.
Yeah, I always said like the better guys I fight, the better I'm going to show up. So, and he's the best guy I fought. He's the most dangerous guy by a country mile. Like physically, his skill set, he's long as anything, and you know, I'd show my best there.
And one more thing from me. I see you obviously train at a few different gyms as well, different experience. I actually seen you training in a good friend of mine at Team Underground, Thomas Paul, deaf guy. He's actually one of my fighters, which was fantastic to see you fight training with him as well. How important is it to get around these different gyms and mix it up?
Yeah, of course, man. It's always important to like travel around, get out your comfort zones, work with people you're not used to working with, and you know, this camp I sort of had that opportunity to work with people I'm not familiar with, and yeah, it sort of made me look at things a little bit different.
Thank you very much, and also thank you from Thomas Paul as well. I know he'd be saying thank you for helping him as well. Thank you.
Arnold, just over here.
Who's that?
You know who it is, man.
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too, Arnold. I'm sure it was harder in there, but was that easier than you expected?
No, definitely wasn't easy. You know, it was months of driving up and down the country, killing myself training, having anxiety, you know, thinking all these stupid things and trying to drown those thoughts out of my hard work. And yeah, it definitely wasn't easy.
I asked you on Media Day that if you felt this was your big moment, and you showed us that you took full advantage of that. So how does that make you feel now?
Yeah, I feel like I seized it with both hands and sort of did what I know I'm capable of. And, you know, the better opponent I face, I still believe there's a lot more to go. You know, there's more levels I can go up.
And just finally, you said to me previously that in some fights you've had your opponents rocked, but you didn't like go completely hard on the finish. Was that going through your mind today? Like when you had Hooker hurt, did that kind of go through your mind, and that's why you went the way that you did?
No. Yeah, so when I hurt in the first shot, I saw his reaction. I was like, okay, yeah, I can hurt him. I got the power. And then I thought, I had a little flurry, tried to finish, didn't finish. And I was kind of in limbo thinking, do I go back to the game plan? Do I get back on him? But then I landed another shot. I was just like, finish, try and finish.
I just want to say congratulations, Arnold. I'm so happy for you, and enjoy those meal deals.
Thank you, buddy.
Arnold, just to the back here. Just here. Hi.
Oh.
You called out Calvin Cater. Can you talk a little bit about why you chose to call him out?
I don't know. I don't remember that. No, yeah. Yeah, I want to be in the top fight and top 5. And I think he's top 5. Yeah. And that's the fight that put me there. And we got offered that fight for a main event spot last year or earlier in the year, I think. But I was out of injury, so yeah.
What do you think about him as an opponent for you in terms of the style matchup?
Yeah, I think it works really good. You know, he's less tall than this guy, so that works out. But yeah, like he's predominantly a boxer. I'm predominantly a boxer, so it's a friendly fight, fan-friendly fight, and I think I'm the better boxer.
And in terms of when you'd like to get back in there, what would make sense for you?
Well, I've got a good thing going on fighting once a year at the minute, so let's see what 2023 holds.
Arnold,
Thank you.
On that tip, Calvin's manager told one of our reporters that he's very interested in that fight with you, and they'd like to do it in June. So do you think that would work for you?
Yeah, that could. How many months is it? How many months that way?
4.
4.
3.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Well, let me just finish the fight week, man. Let me get home first. Yeah, I think that could work. I think.
Arnold, a lot was made about Dan Hooker cutting down to 145, and I just want to know, as someone who's just shared the cage with him, how did he feel in there? How do you think he looked?
Yeah, I personally didn't think it was like the best choice. You know, if anything, someone like that, like going up maybe again, would be a good idea. But you know, he knows his body and he knows how he feels. But yeah, I think his best work's at lightweight, and not a knock at him or anything, obviously. But I don't think making that extra cut is a good choice.
And obviously we've got the title on the line coming soon. How do you see that fight playing out?
I think Volkanovski's going to dominate that.
Thanks, man.
I think he even get finished, to be fair.
Thanks.
Arnold, you said you had nerves over here, mate.
Yes.
You said you had nerves coming into the fight. How do you combat those nerves and put on a performance like that?
Yeah, to be honest, I always have nerves, but I try and play it pretty cool. Just hard work, just all the work in the training, and whenever you're having a negative thought, then I think about all the stuff I've done and all the work I put in, and that I should be thinking positive, and I shouldn't be these things. I'm pretty good myself, so yeah.
And how will you celebrate? Is it a meal deal at a truck stop or something else?
Yeah, at this rate, I think I'm going to have to get a corner shop sandwich or something, so yeah.
Nice one, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Arnold, just over here. Talk to me about the state of British MMA. This is a massive night. It probably couldn't have gone any better for the British fighters as a whole. Seems to be booming right now.
Yeah, like the talent pool in the UK right now is massive. If we don't have a champion soon, obviously we've got Leon Edwards fighting for the title. I don't know what date, but he is. And there's going to be more British champions to come.
I mean, you're on a massive winning run now as well. Do you see that British fighters need to do extra work to get that title shot? I mean, what's your thoughts on Brits being a little bit underplayed in that sense?
Nah, to be honest, it's half and half. If you've got a funny accent, you'll get pushed. If you talk like a Suffolk farmer like me, you won't get pushed.
Anyone in particular with a funny accent there that you're referring to?
No one.
Oh, congratulations, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cool.
What's up, guys? I'm sure the word has already spread. I gave bonuses to everybody that had a finish tonight. Total of 9 bonuses. Congratulations to everybody. Gate was $4.5 million, the biggest gate ever in O2 history. And this was the biggest fight night of all time.
Dana, when you talked a lot this week about how you weren't so concerned about the walkouts and things like that, but you were really excited about the talent on this card from this portion of the world.
Right.
They couldn't have delivered any better, right?
It seriously could not go any better. It was fucking unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. Everybody, think about this. Everybody's been locked up for 2.5 years. Some of these kids have been fighting in the Apex or with no fans and stuff like that, and then to come in tonight in their home country and deliver the way that they did was a big night. And they're all fighting real people. These weren't like hometown setup fights. They fought tough guys.
Dana, with the main event as well, with Tom Aspinall representing...
I still got this guy, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
To that point, with Tom Aspinall in the main event, I feel like he's kind of part of this new wave of heavyweights, and I feel like Mick Maynard's done a really good job kind of rebuilding this division that was once considered a lot older. How do you just feel about how this has come along and having guys like Tom Aspinall, like Tai Tuivasa, who are all in the top 5 now, are very close?
He fought a real guy who's seen it all and done it all, durable, big, rangy, kicks hard, and went in there and made it look easy, So now, this kid will break into the top 5 this week, and now he's in the conversation to fight literally the best heavyweights in the world.
Yeah, and in the co-main, Arnold Allen, 9-0 in the UFC now. There hasn't been many guys that have put a run like that together and either not got like a title shot or an interim title fight or something like that. He said he wants to fight Calvin Kattar. Do you feel like he's kind of in that upper echelon, should be headlining cards, things like that?
Who he just beat tonight and the way that he beat him, he got in there and went right to war with Hooker, stood right in the pocket, didn't back down, and literally destroyed him, man. It's unbelievable. He's ready for anything now. Tonight we found out where that kid's really at, and he's ready.
And as far as Paddy, where did that performance show? I know you were getting asked a ton about him this week, and to deliver like he did, what's your perspective on him now?
Yeah, this week I was getting tired of hearing, oh, wait till you see his walkout, wait till you see this and that. I'm like, I want to see him fight. He needs to win. This, but he did, and he did spectacularly. And when he was in trouble, he came back and turned a fight around and won. I'll give you an example. So on my Instagram, I posted the face-offs yesterday from the heavyweight fight. Did 120,000 views on my Instagram. Paddy's face-off did 1.3 million. So all the talk going to this fight about his walk-in and all this shit. Listen, it's real. This kid's got a ton of hype behind him, and tonight he showed everybody that he's the real deal.
And I know you don't matchmake on the night of the fight, but Ilia Topuria got a big finish. Paddy, they had their beef this week. Do you feel like that's kind of just a layup for you guys?
No, I have no idea. I don't know what's next. I'm not even. Tonight was such a good night. Like, my brain is absolute mush tonight. I'm just and my voice and some other things too. But we'll get back home and figure out what's next. And tonight re-energized me and reminded me of what it's like to do fights over in the UK, man. We're coming back this year. I don't give a shit what the schedule is. We're gonna be moving some shit around when we get home. So, the way I look at it, you do half the kids that won. You come back here and do a card with them and somebody else, and you take the other half of the kids to Abu Dhabi in October. So, just off the top of my head, that's what I'm thinking right now.
And just last thing from me, not to end it kind of on a down note, but there's a lot of people who saw the broadcast as cage side, so I didn't see, but they're wondering why Nikita Krylov didn't get the Ukrainian flag shown on him and his.
He asked not to. He asked to be, yeah.
Just any particular reason?
I don't know. It's his personal shit. I don't care.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Dana, from a businessman's perspective and the fight fan that we all know that you are, this night was so successful for you. And when you look at it, break the card down, there's at least 3 or 4 guys on that card that could main event a stadium show, an arena show over here. Just how great is it to see how well it's gone? Arnold Allen, Molly, Paddy, Tom. It's been incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah. Ask me that question again.
Just in terms of the excitement for the future of MMA in the UK, you've got 4 guys where you said you definitely want to come back. That gives you the option to say, Manchester, we could have Tom Aspinall main event. Liverpool, we could have Paddy, Molly co-main event. You've got options in this country, and it's just great to see.
I mean, coming in this week, I was saying this is the greatest batch of talent we've ever seen in the history of the UK. And tonight we were going to find out, how they were all going to do. And, I mean, they killed it. It couldn't be any better. So, yeah, I mean, we have so many options now and so many things we could do. That's why we're going to go home and I'm going to figure out immediately how to come back here. I don't know where we'll go or what we'll do yet, but like you just said, I have nothing but options.
I mean, Tom had a lot of things to go through heading into this fight. There was the going from sort of the early main event card to the main event with the change and everything, and then dealing with his opponent maybe not even coming over. How impressed were you with how well he's rose to the occasion? He's not fought in front of a crowd in 2-3 years. And was he on your radar prior to this as well? What were your pre-fight thoughts ahead of him before this even happened?
Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was telling him, he fought one of the best in the world tonight, and he made it look easy. He's going to break into the top 5 next week. And when the rankings come out, and he's in the discussion now to fight anybody. He couldn't have made a bigger or better statement than he did tonight.
And just aside from tonight, this is just the last one from me. I spoke to Conor a few weeks ago, and he seemed so passionate and re-energized about the fight game. Obviously, there's been the talk about Paddy and stuff, whether that's going to go down the line or who knows. But in terms of Conor's return, there's so many guys on the table. Nate Diaz trilogy, Masvidal, even mentioned Usman the other day. In your ideal scenario, who would you like to see Conor face, just off the top of your head?
Conor's not cleared by his doctor yet. When he's cleared, I mean, some of these fights are going to happen this summer. We'll see what the landscape looks like, and we'll see where his head's at that time, and we'll pick a fight for him.
Dana, just down to your right here.
With the 9, but the bonuses you gave out tonight, just in front of your name. Yes, I know. With all the bonuses you gave out tonight, was that just a case that you were very excited about how good the event was, and you got backstage? And
All the bonuses, yeah. Well, they had already done the bonuses, and they were walking me through it, and I was like, "Fuck it." I'm in such a good mood, man. Give everybody a bonus, and they all deserved it. I mean, tonight couldn't have been a better night. You couldn't write a better script. It couldn't go any better than it did. The fights were awesome. Everybody fought their ass off. Kids who won, kids who lost. Yeah.
Would you say this is comparable to UFC Dublin back in the day when they had all the Irish guys win? Is this version for England?
I don't remember. All I know is tonight was fucking amazing. I sat there tonight and had one of the best times I've had in a long time, and yeah.
You had a guest with you at ringside, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. I'm curious. I've heard Eddie say that he likes MMA, but he doesn't really understand it. Do you know what he thought of tonight's event and what he thought of the fights?
They were all blown away. They were like, "This is our first MMA fight. This is incredible." And yeah, they had a blast. I mean, if you don't understand MMA or you don't whatever, if you sat in that crowd tonight and didn't have the best time of your life, you're fucking dead probably. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just tonight. I do this every weekend, right? And I had the best time ever tonight. So people were hitting me up from the States saying on TV, this thing felt like a huge pay-per-view.
Was he just?
And it's the English crowd. The crowd, when you're home and you can hear the chanting and all the stuff that's going on, and the way that these people react to fights out here, and then the fights are off the charts. It doesn't get any. If you're a fight fan, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah, we are very good. Was Eddie here just as a guest, or is there some business going on?
Yeah, no, just a guest. Yeah, we're friends, and I like Eddie a lot, and he finally got the opportunity.
Dana, just
right
over here at the back.
Were all the bonuses the usual 50,000, even the extra ones, or was it adjusted?
Was what?
Were all the bonuses the usual 50,000?
No, they're all 50,000. Yeah.
And then Paul Craig was obviously called out Anthony Smith for a fight in Glasgow in June. Is that just wishful thinking, or is that
very?
And finally, what did you make of Molly McCann's performance? I know you gave her a bonus, but she ran out of the crowd, grabbed a UFC title, was running around with it outside. What did you make of her performance?
I think she's a maniac, and I love everything about her. She's fun. She's fun to watch. She's fun to listen to. And her fights are fun. Both those girls fought their ass off tonight, and yeah.
Dana,
to your right.
Over here at the back.
Yeah.
I think you touched on it a little bit, but there's been some rumors that there's a few events booked in the UK for the remainder of the year, and you're just waiting on a few things to confirm them.
That's not true.
Not true?
No, it's not true.
That's fine. And
to be honest with you, I'm not going to be that honest with you, actually. And we absolutely, positively did not book any other places here, and we're not looking at any other places till tonight. After tonight, we'll get back to the office, and we will figure something else out to come back once more this year.
Mike touched on it a little bit, but he said that Arnold Allen is now on a 9-fight win streak. If he gets one more, that's obviously 10, and surely he can't be denied a title shot after that, right?
Arnold Allen, he's on a 9-fight win streak. If he gets a 10th fight win, would you consider him for a title next?
I don't know yet. I don't know. Tonight was a big win for him, though. I mean, to do what he did the way that he did it, big deal.
And just finally, true or false, British MMA fans are the best fans in the world?
Are British fans the best in the world?
Yes.
This is all I can say is if you've never been to a fight here, I don't give a shit where in the world you live, you need to come here and see a fight one of these days. It's a different animal, man. It's a different experience. I wasn't even pissed when I got hit with like 3 beers at the end of the fight. Who gives a shit? This was awesome.
Thanks, Dana.
Yeah.
Just at the back here. With the reaction to tonight, would you ever consider putting on another pay-per-view over here like you did with UFC 204?
Would you ever do a pay-per-view in London?
In Manchester?
It's a great question. So the only thing that would have made tonight even better, if you can even make tonight any better, would have been if Usman and Leon were the main event, and Aspinall was the co-main event. So the answer is yes, and I wanted to do that. I wanted this card tonight to be a title fight, and I was going to move things around, try to make it happen, but Usman's hand just wasn't ready.
If Leon was successful in defeating Usman, would you be interested in him maybe having his first title defense as a pay-per-view here in the UK?
I'm going to have a pay-per-view here. I will do it. I'll bring a title fight. Yeah.
And in terms of Paddy, do you think he's ready for a main event now?
Is Paddy ready for what?
A main event.
A what? Main event. That was quick. I mean, I don't know. I mean, his numbers say yes. His numbers say yes. He could headline a fight night.
Thank you.
Dana here. Have you checked your Instagram? Oh, to your left here.
Oh.
Have you checked your Instagram to see if you got the message from Muhammad Makayev? He said that he messaged you 4 years ago on Instagram that he'd be in the UFC.
No, nobody told me that. I love sports. You know, Tom did too. Tom said when he was 12 years old, he met me at an arena, and he walked up to me and he said, "I'm going to fight for you someday." When he was 12. I love that shit.
And in terms of Mo, what did you make of his performance? I mean, it was emphatic.
Yeah. Everybody was tonight, man. Tonight was incredible.
Dana, it's over here, mate. First of all, thank you so much for coming back to the UK. It's been a few years, and as you said, it couldn't have got any better. And I think in here we could all agree with that completely. What a card it was. All amazing finishes and made the British look great, which is what we always like. In regards to Paddy Pimblett, 2 fights in the UFC, and look how popular he is already. Are we seeing like another McGregor sort of coming through popularity-wise now? Because literally 2 fights in the UFC, and he's getting, as you said, 1.3 million views.
On mine. I mean, imagine what he did on UFC's, and imagine what he did this week for Barstool. It's one of those things when you have a guy that's as hot as this. He's like O'Malley too. I mean, O'Malley pulls big numbers. We've had a couple guys off the Contender Series that have pulled some big numbers. I mean, that's the best way I could think to explain it. If you look at some of the guys that have come off the Contender Series and we watch the numbers, we see what they do. You'll see these guys either move right to pay-per-view, or we headline them or put them in strong positions on fight nights. So Paddy is definitely one of those guys that could be one.
Yeah, I agree completely. And one more from me is, I know you gave everyone a fight of the night. We were talking back here thinking Dana's got his hands full who's going to get the fight bonuses tonight because there's so many to choose from. If you had to pick one, just one fight tonight.
Let me ask you, the media. Let me throw this back at you. If I had to pick 3, I mean, when you go back, you think if you have to pick 3, you'd have to go with Aspinall.
Arnold Allen.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to go with Arnold, right?
And Molly.
And Molly?
That would be my top 3.
Yeah.
As I said, there's too many to choose from, you know.
Yeah.
Them ones.
Yep. Craig came back. Craig was getting his ass whooped. Was about to get finished, right? He was on his back taking big shots, and he pulls that off. And then...
how many times has Paul Craig done that?
Topuria was getting his ass whooped, too. Topuria was losing that fight. And he comes back with that big shot. And again, vicious knockout. Yeah. Not an easy night.
Dana.
Thank you.
Okay. Wait. If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one.
Do you go with Aspinall or do you go with Arnold?
I'd go with Arnold because of literally this. He caught one on the chin so hard from Hooker and he took that and
Yeah, he buckled too. Yeah. He buckled too and hung in the pocket, kept fighting. Dropped the one knee and then stayed there and kept fighting.
We had Gunnar Nelson here, we're trying to interview, and we're all looking at the telly. So Gunnar come and joined us watching the fight because, like, what's going on? Why are you all looking this way, not that way, you know? So, yeah, mate, if I had to pick one, it would be the Arnold Allen fight.
Yeah? You had to pick one. Molly? Had to pick one. I know. It was the greatest female knockout you'll ever fucking see. Women do not knock women out like that. Huh? Yeah. That was a head kick, too. Kicking's a lot harder than hitting somebody with your arms, even if it's an elbow, man. Third round, she was exhausted. Ooh, look at him trying to sell the Molly one here. So who'd you pick? Molly? Holy shit.
Oh, no. What would you, Dana, what would you say? If we chuck it back to you, Dana, what would you say?
I agree with you on Arnold. Yeah, I'd have to go with Arnold. He just beat the shit out of fucking Hooker. I mean, that's who just moved down a weight class to fight in a lower weight class, and he did it within seconds of the first round.
And being dropped as well at the same time.
And was hurt. It's true. And stayed right in there and kept it a dog fight.
Hey, Dana, to your right.
Yeah.
You brought up his name, Sugar Sean O'Malley. How would you compare the stardom of Paddy Pimblett, second fight in, with this arena, with the performance, to Sugar Sean O'Malley's stardom right now in the UFC?
I don't know. I mean, it's close. They're both huge. I mean, the difference between a guy like Paddy is these guys that are from England or Brazil or China or whatever it is, they got a whole country behind them. You know what I mean? America doesn't really work like that. So when you can become a star like O'Malley is in America, it's a big deal.
We knew this was a risky situation for Dan Hooker coming into this matchup, but after the loss here, do you like this weight division for him moving forward, or do you want to see him going back up at 155?
That's up to him. He came in and performed tonight. I mean, he made weight. He came in and went to war with a guy who's undefeated in this weight class, and he can do whatever he wants to do.
If you had to pick your favorite memory from tonight, aside from Molly's knockout, because that was spectacular, what would it be?
You took the fucking thing that I was going to say.
I know.
Mean, that's rude. That is just rude. I had to pick something from tonight other than Molly. Huh? It would probably be Topuria. The Topuria fight kicked off the main card, and Topuria has a hell of a chin. He took some big shots and knees, and what else did he get hit with? Something else, like maybe an elbow or something. Huh? Yeah. And then viciously knocks him out, which set up the Molly.
Yeah, Dana over here. Earlier this week when we spoke, and you were saying about this was a huge night for this card to prove that perhaps there could be a stadium show in the UK down the road. So when you're talking about bringing a pay-per-view over here, is that what's in your mind, that would be the stadium show perhaps?
Well, no, I coming in this week, I thought that this was the greatest class of fighters going into a fight week ever in the history of the UK. And were we right or were we wrong? And we were right. Tonight we came in and they proved that they are. Yeah, what did you ask me? Did I answer your question? Not really.
I mean, you were saying that tonight was such a big night for them to prove that, if they can keep winning and keep that buzz, that there could be a stadium show. Surely they
a stadium show.
They couldn't have done much more, I guess, to what you were saying earlier this week.
Eddie Hearn looked at me tonight and said, you should do a stadium show after tonight, I'm going to tell you a couple reasons I don't like stadium shows. First of all, most of them are outdoors. And this is not a country you do shit outdoors, okay? Let's just be honest. And you don't get the type of same experience that you get in a stadium that you do. But the difference is here, you guys are used to it. You guys are used to watching things in stadiums. I just think that you get a better event and a better atmosphere and a better experience in an arena.
Yeah. And you were talking about Paul Craig as well and what he did tonight. Unbeaten in 6 now, 5 wins. Like, where do you see him in the light heavyweight
I
division?
don't know. He's just a fun guy to watch. The guy is always fun. Tell me when that guy's in a fight that sucks. He just never is. He goes out and goes for broke and tries to win. He's intense. Even at the weigh-ins, he's intense, He's a fun guy.
Where do you think his ranking lies, roughly?
Do I think what?
Where do you think he ranks, roughly, after tonight?
I don't know. He's fun.
Last one from me. Darren Till said at the Q&A the other day that he wants Uriah Hall, and he thinks he could do that in the next few months. Does that interest you?
Till?
Yes.
I just saw Till eating pizza backstage. Okay. Till's back there eating pizza right now. I said, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you eating pizza? Huh? Yeah, who's he fighting? Huh? Yeah. He's got to fight.
Hey, Dana, right here, second row. Right here. Obviously, the success of tonight is probably going to light a lot of fires under a lot of fighters from other countries now kind of looking for the same thing. What's the criteria in terms of going anywhere else in the world outside of the UK for the UFC? And is there anything in the works, say, in the next quarter?
Well, first of all, we tried this and it worked out. You know, it worked. When I told you guys earlier, I'm not going to be that honest with you. You know, we had some problems. I was considering pulling out of here 2 weeks ago. I was going to refund everybody's tickets and go to Abu Dhabi. So.
Was that the roof, or was there anything in?
It's just you know, there are certain things. You know, the world's a nutty place right now, man. It's not as easy to do business. And I said, I'm just not going to play games, man. I'm going to go to places where I'm able to go and just run my business and do what I want to do. But I can tell you this: we will definitely do France this year. We'll definitely do France. And I will definitely come back here again. So this worked out. This was fun for us to come here and do this event. We had a little bit of a little wobbly a couple weeks ago, but we got it worked out. We got it fixed, and people kept their word, and we were able to come over here and do what we do. So I'm very happy in every sense of the word with this event, and I'm going to come back as soon as possible.
Glad to hear it. Just one more quick one. You know, there's been a lot of talk, and I think you confirmed it, Leon Edwards next. And I know you said you want to do a pay-per-view here, but the timing we've been hearing is kind of July for the Usman fight. Is that the idea? Would International Fight Week make sense?
Usman in July? Yeah. Usman in July does make sense. We got to try to get that done when we get home.
Would that be International Fight Week then?
Yeah, probably.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dana, I think you had Molly sat next to you during the Paddy fight, did you? How was watching it alongside Molly?
Yeah,
I'm sure she was quite loud.
Lene hit me up and said, Molly wants to come out there and watch Paddy's fight, can she? And I said, yeah, have her come sit with me. So she came out, and she was pounding Howlerhead out of the bottle and going crazy, waiting for him to fight. She's awesome, man. I love her.
She is. And I'm sorry if you've answered this previously, but I was wondering, with Ngannou announcing that he might be out for about 9 months or something like that with a knee injury, what's the possibility of an interim title being created for the heavyweight division?
I mean, it's very possible. Do you know how long his surgery is going to take to recover from? We find out this week.
I think he said something like 9 months.
Yeah. If 9 months is true, if it's going to take 9 months for him to get cleared to start training again, I mean, that's almost a year before he would fight. So, yeah, we would do an interim title.
And I think if Aspinall's in the top 5 after this, him and Tuivasa are the only guys that either haven't fought Ngannou or fought for a belt. They've kind of called each other out or whatever. Is there a possibility that that could have an interim title attached to it, or do you think that's not quite ready for them yet?
I don't know. I don't know if you throw the kid in a title fight with Francis after just breaking in to the top 5. But, crazier things have happened.
Thanks very much, man. Cheers.
Just down here to your right. Were McCann and Tapiria's opponents taken to the hospital after their knockout losses?
Yeah, who went to the hospital? Herbert, McKenna.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is there any update on them? Because, quite brutal knockouts.
No, not yet. We don't. They went in there for CAT scans.
Mm-hmm.
They're not done yet.
I wanted to ask, after McCann's win, somehow she found a UFC belt. Do you know where that came from?
Yeah, it was a replica. There was a kid in the front row getting his belt signed, and I don't know how the hell she saw it, but she went and snatched it from him.
Did he get it back?
I hope so.
I would ask you just a different event. Peter Yan is fighting in a few weeks, and I believe his corner team haven't got visas, and it almost looks like he's trying to get likes of Henry Cejudo and Sean O'Malley in his corner. Do you know about that?
Peter Yan's team couldn't get visas potentially for Jacksonville, so he's asking. He said Henry Cejudo and
Sean O'Malley.
might be in his corner. Can you confirm that's accurate?
that those guys are in his corner?
Or, you know, his corner team have been denied visas. Do you know that?
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Thank you.
Just a bit unrelated to tonight's event, but you mentioned Darren Till before. He's struck quite the bromance with Khamzat Chimaev, and I know you're going for dinner with those guys tomorrow night in Vegas. I heard you say it this week. What have you made of that partnership between them, and how good of a move do you think it is for Darren Till? How good of a move is it for Darren Till to be partnering up with Khamzat Chimaev, and what do you make of that relationship between them?
What do you think of the Darren Till Khamzat Chimaev relationship?
What do I think of it?
And how good of a move do you think it is for him in terms of his career partnering up with someone like Khamzat?
And do you think it's smart for Darren's career to actually train with someone like Khamzat?
I think it's great for anybody's career to train with Khamzat. Everybody that trains with Khamzat believes that he's like the best MMA fighter in the world, that he's going to win a world title. Everybody that trains with him says it. Till said it to me when I saw him here. And those are the kind of guys you want to work with. You want to work with guys that beat your ass every day in the gym. No, I'm glad that they're BFFs now. It's
quite a funny relationship, isn't it? It's quite a funny relationship. It's like a buddy cop movie. I'm happy. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm happy for him. You know, I'm glad these two got together, and you're going for
they live
dinner
a
with
long
them
life
tomorrow
together.
night, so you're third wheeling that buddy cop relationship. So I'm just asking. Obviously, you're fond of them both. You're going for dinner with them tomorrow night, so I'm just asking as a boss.
Well, I like them both very much. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Darren Till bought me my first ever NFT. So yeah,
He loves that stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. An Ali NFT. But yeah, I like both guys a lot, and I'm happy they're hanging out together.
I'm glad you're happy for them.
I hope I gave you what you were looking for.
Just here, to your right. After the fight, after Paul Craig's fight, he called out Anthony Smith. Is that a fight that you like? Paul Craig, he called out Anthony Smith?
I don't know.
No?
I don't make fights tonight.
Fair enough. And one other one. Do you see Paul Craig as a genuine title contender? Because it was mentioned before, he's on a good run now. So do you see him maybe challenging for the belt in the near future if he gets another win?
Who?
Paul Craig.
Oh, Paul Craig. I don't know. I mean, he had a great win tonight. We'll see what's next for him. And like I said, he's a fun, exciting guy to watch. I don't know yet.
Thank you.
Good?
Dane, right down here to your left. You talked about the atmosphere and the noise that UK fans have made, and when we had a conversation earlier this week, you said you were looking forward to getting back to it. Where would you rank this crowd in the history of UFC UK fans?
Rank what crowd? This?
Yeah, tonight's crowd.
We've been here 10 times. I think, have we been to the O2 10 times? Or UK 10 times? Okay, so it's just, you know how hard it is to pick one of the, I mean, so many I don't remember, but, and again, tonight, like I said, reminded me how awesome it is to be over here in this type of crowd. So, but to rank it, I don't know. I mean, as far as the fights and the crowd and everything tonight, I mean, it doesn't go any better than tonight did. The only thing that makes tonight better is Usman and Edwards is fought for the title tonight, you know. But other than that, it's just, tonight was the perfect night.
So last quick one, since we're talking about anything here, how's the filming of Tough going right now with Amanda and Juliana?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's over. We already wrapped the season, but yeah, it was a good season. Starts off a little weird, but turns out good. Yeah, it was a good season.
Do you know when they might fight?
No, not off the top of my head. First of all, we got to figure out when it's going to air. We don't know when it's going to air yet. So when they give us the time of the airing, then we figure out when the coaches will fight.
And you made a big fight recently between Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. Obviously, Tony Ferguson's had some rough losses of late. How important is this fight for his UFC future?
Yeah, I mean, winning is always important here. Yeah, it's important.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, buddy. Good night, you guys. Thank you.
Huh? Yeah, of course. So, Tom, that was probably about as good as it could go, was it?
Wait, where's John Morgan? Why are you asking the first question, bro?
He just said, you know, take the blue polo shirt and go do it for me.
Yeah, okay. You actually look quite similar these days.
Thanks, Tom.
No, yeah, it couldn't have gone any better. That was the ideal performance. I truly thought I was going to go 5 rounds, you know, to get a guy like Volkov, who has been finished twice in 45 fights, out there in the first round. Just shows credit to my finishing ability. My finishing ability is highest of the high level.
You've always said that, you know, the grappling side of your game, you haven't really had a chance to show it. So are you happy with the submission, or would you rather the knockout, or how are you feeling about the finish?
I do like knocking people out, I will be honest. For me, knocking someone out is better than a submission. But I'll take the submission over 5 rounds all day. Like, that's one of my favourite submissions. Like, if I trap you in half guard, like me and my dad have drilled that for years and years. If I get you in half guard, it's my favourite spot. So you ain't moving.
You know, the storyline of you haven't fought in front of a crowd yet and all that sort of stuff. Was it everything you dreamed of when you're walking out? Were you soaking in the moment? Could you block it out? How was it fighting in front of that crowd?
And more. Everything I dreamed of and more. Unbelievable. But I see a lot of media and shit like that, people saying like, oh, he's going to feel the pressure when he, you know, fights in front of a crowd. Oh, he's going to feel the pressure with someone like Volkov, who's a veteran. And other people might feel the pressure. Other people are not me. So I'm different.
After the fight, you called out an Australian in Tai Tuivasa?
Yes, big fan of Tai. Big shout out Tai.
Is that whole fight just going to be about beer?
Probably. I mean, no, the reason why I called out Tai is, first of all, I'm a massive fan of his style. Second of all, massive fan of his personality. And the crowd goes wild when he fights. And apparently, the crowd goes wild when I fight. So me and him in the UK, come on, bro, what a good time that would be. Let's line it up. Next UK card, get me a tie on, please.
You mentioned you drink beer, but do you do shoeies? Is that something you do?
I'm a shoey virgin at the moment, but if Ty wants to do one, I will. Big shout out Ty for doing his thing with the shoey. I started seeing that he's making money off that as well, so respect, man.
Tom, just over here at the back.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
Lovely suit, lovely suit.
Thank you very much. There was a lot of people coming into this fight saying, oh, we've not really seen Tom go past 2 rounds. We haven't seen his full mixed martial arts skill set if he has one. But I believe in under 1 round, you were able to display your complete mixed martial artist arsenal. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
I didn't really show much, which is what I'll keep it that way every time if I can. Like, I want to be the biggest mystery in heavyweight MMA. These people think they know about me. Nobody knows about me. These people think they know what they're up against. Nobody knows what they're up against, so let's keep it a secret.
But if you keep finishing people like that, then you never need to show everyone your mixed martial arts skill set. And just, I wanted to mention, you're someone who has always given Arnold Allen shine. You always talk about how underrated he is. Did you manage to catch his performance?
I did watch it. Do you know what? I just like seeing nice people do well in life in any context. And I think Arnold Allen, from what I don't know him too well, to be honest, but from what I do know of him, I think he's a very nice person, and I think he's obviously very skilled, and he showed it tonight. And excellent performance. Congratulations, Arnold.
And just finally, I want to say congratulations, Tom. It was a fantastic performance, and enjoy your chips and gravy.
I knew you were going to say that, and I will. Thank you.
Yes, Tom. Atherton represents.
Oh, in the house.
They actually announced it.
I told him to change it.
Thank you. How long I've been on to you about this?
So has everybody else.
You're making people proud to be from our town. Because honestly, throughout, as long as I've been there, man, you tell people near Manchester. But now you're making people proud to be from our town.
It's still near Manchester, but.
But you're still not saying Atherton now.
It's Atherton. Of course it's Atherton.
You've had it on the UFC.
Nobody knows where it is.
They do now.
But they do now. So